Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm back. Well, kind of. I didn't really leave. I just haven't done anything on this channel or Blair. But whatever. But so I've been thinking about how I'm gonna start this new series of reviews. And first, I was thinking of like maybe reviewing something alongside Batman because I'm a big Batman fan, or maybe something by Donny Cates since Donny Cates is a great writer and he's currently killing it at Marvel. Or, hell, maybe something Joker related because, well, the Joker film actually won 2 Oscars. One for Best Actor and one for Original Score. Woo! But I decided to do something interesting. From now on, each review will be following from a certain theme. It could be a genre, a character, or a key element that I think is, something interesting to talk about. And for the start of it, I've decided to talk about something a little obscure. It's a noir story that, started off in the shadows of obscurity, but has slowly creeped into the hearts of people in the US. That being Blacksad. Blacksad is a Spanish comic written by Juan Diaz-Canzel and was published in the early 2000s. Gaining popularity in France and has slowly been growing in popularity in the US, Blacksad has been a very interesting series. Now, before I go any further, I just want to emphasize this. This is not for children, alright? This is not for kids. Just being perfectly clear. I know the cover had a picture of the cat smoking a cigarette, but believe it or not, people still don't get that sometimes. Alright? This is the type of story where people get shot in the head for saying the wrong thing, alright? Making it clear to anyone who thought, oh, this is a great comic to read, to Little Jill and Little Ted. Now, let's get started with the setting. You ever wondered what Disney's Zootopia would look like if it was a noir in the 1950s, in New York, showing people getting their dreams pushed to the back of their skulls? No? Well, too bad, because, again, this came out in the 2000s, way before Zootopia. And no, I'm not saying that Blacksad got ripped off and Disney stole from the book, but I would be lying if I didn't feel like some people behind Zootopia were influenced by Blacksad, particularly with some of the character design. And also, hell, stories about anthropomorphic animals, solving detective cases is not new. It's happened before in the past. So, take it as you will. Now, as for the story, we focus on Detective John Blacksad, a black cat who is being called in for not so great news. Commissioner Smirnoff, yes, Smirnoff, has informed him that Natalia, his ex-girlfriend and big Hollywood actress, has unfortunately died. Blacksad was called in just to clarify, but Blacksad doesn't have much to go on, so Smirnoff tells him that he can be on his way. But knowing Blacksad, he tells him to just lay off the case. He was just there to ask any questions that could help them figure out who killed her. But come on, it's a noir story. When is the detective ever gonna listen to the cop? So obviously, John actually starts investigating. An investigation that leads to spurned love, old friends, cover-ups, and the questioning of one's own ethics. Also bug collecting. The stuff you usually see in a noir story. Now, the story is pretty simple. Unlike the future stories like The Arctic Nation and Red Soul, it's pretty standard. Detective trying to solve the murder of, a dead love. Though, even with the simple concept, it does play with your expectations. When you first meet John, you're expecting him to be like this gruff, gritty, F the world kind of guy. Like, think Marv from, Sin City. But after the opening, he actually shows that he's a pretty chill guy. He's very charismatic and is actually quick to, verbally get out of a confrontation. Yeah, he can get pissed off, but who wouldn't be when you find out that someone that you once cared for died so horribly? Then we have Commissioner Smirnoff, who, again, much in detective stories, you would expect him because he's a cop and, hell, Smirnoff is a dog and John's a cat. You think they wouldn't get along in that he would be like, if you get on this case, it's your ass. You'll never work again, blah, blah, blah. But no, he's actually pretty calm as well. He tells them, hey, look, I get that you're not going to listen to me. So just be careful or I'm gonna have to step in and we're gonna have a problem, which is a pretty interesting dynamic and something that I never really saw in the noir genre for a while. Then we have the victim herself, Natalia. Even though she's dead from the start of the story, you get to know her very well through Blacksad's narration, some flashbacks. And it's not romanticized either. They go very real with how her story goes, where it starts off as a very innocent love story to getting very bitter and very angry, and you do feel bad for her when you know how her story ended. Now, as for other characters, most of them are, the basic supporting characters, just there to be suspects and figure out what's going on. If I had any real complaint, it would really be on the murderer himself, or herself, since, we're trying to be vague here, but yeah, when I first read this book, I was expecting it to be some really insane twist, because the book was playing with my expectations a lot with the characters, but when the killer was revealed, I was like, really? That's it? That's who did it? Okay. Like, I was expecting Roger Rabbit, like, who censored Roger Rabbit, the novel, by the way. Yes, Roger Rabbit was a novel before it was a movie. Pretty freaking dark. But instead, I got something that you would see in maybe, like, just an average noir story. It's something very stereotypical. So, I was kind of disappointed on that. But even that does have a silver lining, since it does really affect John in a serious way, and hell, the video game kind of echoes on what that meant to him. As for the artwork is amazing. The artwork was actually done by Juanjo Granado, and the dude is just amazing. Like, he does a great job of combining this silly, Disney-esque style to the characters' facial expressions, but at the same time being very gritty and real, something that you would expect in a noir story. When it comes to the writing, it's really great, and I have to say I was very impressed of how well he wrote America in here. Again, this story was not originally planned to be released in America. It was first a Spanish comic, then it was translated to French, and then it got into the US. So it was very impressive, and the translation is very well done. I gotta give it to Dark Horse there. On a whole, Blacksad is a really great noir story, and if you're looking for something new and interesting, I highly recommend checking it out Somewhere Within the Shadows. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Well, in the case of layer follow. And next time, we're actually going to be continuing with the noir genre. But this time, instead of Dark Horse, we're going to go and deal with DC's...
Who the hell are you? What the hell are you doing in my studio?
Let's go, Todd.
Other reviewers. Jesus. Blacksad? Comics. Hello, everybody. I'm Ruins. Today we're going to be talking about the eventual decline in the Pokemon series. Well, I say decline, but what I really mean is change. Now, some people may argue when these games changed. I think it happened in the most recent update of Sword and Shield.